The universe has been trying to get your attention. The signs are there. You're just not seeing them. The universe has placed a signpost for you to follow to wholeness. But for some reason, you just can't see it. Today, we're going to work with the maiden, mother, and crone archetypes. And we're going to get the exact message you need to hear today to stop feeling broken. Okay. This is a reminder. You can 2x your speed, or you can hit the timestamps in the replay. Before we begin, I'm going to tell you the energies that I was working with before going live. There was a lot of stalling energy. I was really called to eyeballs, so maybe you feel like you're being watched or judged right now. So that could be something you're experiencing. And not wanting to talk to other people, not wanting to speak, not wanting to start things. It feels like an exhaustion. That's what I felt. Now, when I worked with the maiden archetype, I got the devil, death, and the 10 of swords. It's like, oh yeah, there's that heavy energy. When I was working with the mother, the 3 of pentacles popped out twice. And I was like, wow, okay. So we don't need to be isolating, even though that's what we're feeling like right now. We need to be working with others, collaborating with others, tapping into our community. And then also the devil and the moon. So that's the devil coming out twice. So some attachments, some type of maybe addiction, or, I was thinking on my way in, I was thinking about how I used to be addicted to emotions, good emotions and bad emotions. I was addicted to them. And how that was one of the hardest ego deaths I had, was to say, I am not my emotions. I am not the girl that feels so much, right? That's not who I am. I am my soul. So maybe that's what you're addicted to, is your emotions. And then the moon popped out. I'm sorry, guys. And then when I started working with the crone, I got the King of Wands, which came out in yesterday's reading. So if I remember in the replay, I will link it for you in the description and up above. The 9 of Cups came out. And then, as shown in the thumbnail, I got the Sun and the Star. And I was like, oh, thankfully, some warm energy, some optimism and healing and hope. And then the moon also came out. So we had all of the celestial bodies. And then the Hanged Man. And when I saw the Hanged Man, I was like, yes, that I feel like that is just like, it's like 10 of Swords and Hanged Man together is the energy I'm feeling. So before we begin, we're going to do some breath work. This is a great opportunity for you to, shed some of that exhaustion, shed some of that heaviness, regulate your nervous system, right? So we're going to breathe in for 4 through the nose. We're going to hold for 4, breathe out for 4 through the mouth, and then we'll hold for 4. Hold for 4. We'll do 3 rounds of this. Are you ready? Let's begin. Very nice. I would like to remind you, as we continue to work through this reading, to always connect with your breath, right? Connect with yourself. That's your life force energy. That's how you're alive, is the breath, and we take it for granted. So remember that. Excuse me. Whew. We're going to go ahead and start with let's see. We're going to start with the maiden archetype. Maiden. What is the exact message this collective needs to hear to stop feeling broken today? Clarity, please. You've been trying. The universe has been trying. But sometimes we're a bit hard-headed and we don't hear, right? We don't listen. Thank you. 2 more cards, please. have the world on the bottom of the deck. That's beautiful. The King of Swords. I was talking about the Queen of Swords yesterday, so maybe somebody really does need to watch yesterday's reading. It was awesome. It was so powerful. What is it? Queen of Swords. Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune. You got two major arcana from her, because the bottom of the deck is the world, and then you have the Wheel of Fortune, and then you have royalty. Hello. Thank you, Maiden. We appreciate that. All right, now we're going to work with the mother. Mother, can you give us the exact message this collective needs to hear to stop feeling broken today? We know that the universe has been speaking, that it's been trying to show us, trying to lead us to wholeness. What is the message they need to hear today, please? I feel like I can breathe a little bit better now. Oh, that's too many cards. One more, please. Thanks. We have the Nine of Pentacles. This has been popping out. Maybe we need to read this story today. I think we do, because this exact card has been popping out a lot lately. It's very beautiful, too. Queen of Cups. Four of Wands. Look at how beautiful. And the Queen of Pentacles. Holy crap. You have three queens on the table. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Wands, or Queen of Pentacles. We're just missing the Queen of Wands. And we had her in the Mother's reading. Was it the Mother's reading? I think so, yeah. Because it talks about Marie Laveau. She's the Queen of Wands in that deck. All right. So I'll try to remember to link that one too. It's a lot to ask of this brain. Hopefully I can do it. Working with the Crone. All right, Crone. What is the exact message that this collective needs to hear to stop feeling broken today? We know the universe has been trying to lead us to wholeness. The signposts are there, the path's there, and we're just not seeing it for some reason. What is the exact message, please, for this collective to stop feeling broken today? See, and there's that like nothingness energy that I was feeling at the beginning. There's one, two. Thank you. One more, please. We almost had one flip. Thanks. And we have the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. That also came out recently. All these readings are blurring together now. This I have no clue which one it was. You just have to go explore. Okay. And the Knight of Cups. The Tower. I'm in that energy right now, friends. Tower. And the Eight of Pentacles. Excuse me. So sorry for all this coughing. Okay. The exact message you need to stop feeling broken today. Well, the way this reading will work is we will start with the message from the Maiden, then we'll move to the Mother, then we'll move to the Crone, and at the very end we'll pull a card from the Vagus Nerve deck to help us anchor this message into our physical body, to help us regulate our nervous system, to really help these messages land, right? Okay, so starting with the Maiden. right away. Can I pick this up? Thank you. With this divine pair, this King and Queen of Swords. Swords are all air energy, and this is all the mental space, right? So that is reminding me of the narratives that we hear every single day running on a loop that we just take to be true. You know, we identify with those thoughts and say, oh yeah, that's the truth. And so throughout the rest of the day, our brain, we don't do this on purpose, our brain looks for the proof to prove what we're thinking, right? And so the maiden is encouraging you here. The first step to stop feeling broken is to stop thinking you're broken. To stop thinking those thoughts, to stop. Okay, I can't say stop thinking those thoughts because thoughts come up without any control. You have no control over what pops into your brain. But what you do have control over is being a sovereign being and cutting away the thoughts, refusing to entertain the thoughts. They're not welcome in your court. It may pop up, but you witness the thought. Like, you don't judge yourself for having it. You witness the thought, and then you say, I'm not going to follow it. I'm not going to follow where this thought is taking me. Whew, I needed that today. Whew, thank you, maiden. Not going to follow where this thought is taking me. Right? I am a sovereign being. I am in control of my life, and I choose to feel whole. To do that, I have to stop believing the lies that have been on repeat in my brain forever. Maybe your mother told you that you weren't good enough. You would never amount to anything. Maybe your father was cold and distant, and so you felt you weren't worthy of love. Maybe your best friends betrayed you, left you out in the cold. You poured into them with so much love and so much forgiveness and so much understanding. You bent over backwards. You were a giver, and they did not understand. Or maybe they did, and they just took advantage of you. But what I want you to understand is the thoughts that you have about those situations, right? Oh, and I already forgot what they were. Sorry. Whatever those thoughts you had, they were born of the experiences in your life, right? So you shouldn't blame yourself for thinking those thoughts. But now is the time for this Wheel of Fortune to take control, to take the wheel of this mental landscape. But look, I'm not going to keep thinking these thoughts, because when I think these thoughts, they make me feel broken. They make me feel less than. They make me feel like I don't deserve good things, that I can't have the desires of my heart, that I'm not worthy. When you listen to those negative thoughts, but as the King and Queen of Swords, you're cutting away all that stuff, right? It pops in, you cut it away. Like, you're not being harsh with yourself, but you cut the fuel for that thought. And it changes everything in your life. The wheel of fate begins to turn for you. Yeah, and with the world on the bottom of the deck, you close out that cycle, right? You close out that cycle and you step into a new cycle of wholeness, a new cycle of understanding, a new cycle of self-acceptance, radical self-acceptance, radical love with the Two of Cups underneath that. With the devil again, where the devil does not have you tied up. You're not bound to those addictive thoughts, right? And maybe, again, maybe you are addicted to emotions. Maybe that is something that, you've found to be true for yourself, because it's something I was talking about. And so those emotions, which come from your thoughts. Did you know that? Check out Dr. Joe. You're not addicted to those emotions anymore, right? The crying, the sadness, the helplessness, the victim mentality. It's easy to understand how you got there. There's no judgment from me. None. But when you step into that sovereign mental space and you're like, no more, I am done. I am done believing these lies. I am done believing that I am less than, that I need to change, that my ADHD defines me, that my ADHD makes me less than. Everything in your life starts to change. The wheel starts to turn. Now, if we move now to the message from the mother. We got this Queen of Cups. Look at the decadence in this. In case you didn't know, I love words. Words are like my love language. And it's like a game to me. Finding just the right word to describe something. It's like, ooh, that's the perfect one. And this to me is like decadence. Look at what she's got on her plate. Look at the luxuriousness of her like presence. She's just like, yes, I'm here. Decadence. Again, with this Nine of Pentacles, I do want to read this narrative from the book because it has been popping out a lot. Just opened up to Lilith. Ooh, power. Can we say power? Thank you. Nine of Pentacles. This is the Lady of Flowers. Oh, it's me. I love flowers. The Lady of Flowers blossoms and dances in an ecstatic existence. Ooh, those are nice words. Power is her beauty, and she radiates. Oh, I don't know if I can say this one. She radiates resplendently, I think. She is encumbered by nothing, free to express herself through dance, and her dances are exquisite, unbridled, and ecstatic. Her dances are a real, honest celebration of the sovereign self. So, talking about being sovereign. No one can look away from nature's dancer. She is a gift to be seen, and witnessing her is perhaps one of the most incredible omens. She is a pure expression of life, sacred in all ways. Wow, I just got full body cold chills. She's encumbered by nothing. Not the thoughts, not the feelings, not anything anybody could say or project onto her. Free to express herself through dance. And her dances are exquisite, unbridled, and ecstatic. Can you talk about words? I told you I love words. And what is this? It has so many beautiful words. You are a gift to be seen, and witnessing you is perhaps one of the most incredible omens. All right, you really need to watch yesterday's reading because it was literally about witnessing you, and it was the most powerful thing I have ever read. And I was so blown away. So please check that out if you are feeling broken, because that is not who you are, darling. I can tell you right now, it's not who you are. So some journal prompts to go with the Nine of Pentacles, the Lady of Flowers. What does the term blossoming mean to you? Describe a time in your life when you found yourself in a true abundance. Describe how you react in the face of restrictions. How do you believe that fortune favors the bold? Ooh, it's very interesting because, we have the Wheel of Fortune. That reminds me of fortune. Obviously, it's in the name. So you have to be bold to take control of your life, to take over these thoughts and cut them away. It's hard work, man. It is a pain in the, because they just keep coming and coming and coming. And it's like, can you please stop? Can you please stop? So I understand if you don't want to do the work, but that's what's required to feel whole, because you get to a point where you stop identifying with those thoughts. That's not who you are. And you realize you are the soul. The soul is never broken. All right, let's go ahead and read this Queen of Cups too, because she is just beckoning to me with those beautiful eyes. I was talking about eyes earlier. Excuse me. Explore the depths of sensitivity and intuition from empathy to enchantment, from introspection to warmth. Embrace the journey, weaving through the realms of emotion and spirituality, nurturing connections along the way. All right, this is Yamanja. As a person, the queen of the watery realms represents a sensitive individual, demonstrably kind and compassionate. Others will gravitate to her for the kindness and compassion she gives so freely. She is the archetypal mother, and this came from the mother. Interesting. Constantly caring for others and ensuring those in need are always well supported. For this reason, this person may be the type of individual to gravitate towards social service and compassionate causes. She is of value to others who require support to grow and heal. You will most likely find her in a healing role, perhaps as an art therapist. She is naturally intuitive and may appear otherworldly or mysterious. Your eye will be drawn to her for her grace and beauty. She is the type of individual who loses herself in interests relating to spirituality and art because her driving force is soul fulfillment instead of material gain. What I just say? When you stop focusing on your thoughts and you stop identifying your thoughts as who you are and you get back to the real truth that your soul is who you are, this is what you become. Wow. All right. I'm going to read her story too. This is going to be a long reading today, guys. Some say Yamanja was born of the ocean. Others say she is the ocean. Unity consciousness. You are everything. Some say she is the keeper of the womb of life. Others say she is the blood that courses through every vein, both physical and metaphysical. They look to her as mother, but more than that, they yearn for her comfort, understanding, and compassion. Are you yearning for this right now, my overgiving friend? Are you yearning for this love and this comfort and this support? She is grace, wisdom, and divine creation. All she touches is sacred, yes. She is said to claim your dark and unwanted pieces, washing the shards of your splintered soul clean before returning each sacred and purified piece to your heart and soul, so that you are once again magnificently whole. What are we talking about wholeness? Now, I don't really agree with this. The shards of your splintered soul. Your soul never splinters. I don't agree with that. Your soul is always whole because your soul is just a witness. It doesn't have an identity. It doesn't have something that can be broken. It just experiences. But the broken parts of your ego, the broken parts of this mind, this heart, right? Those can break, those can be shattered, and those can be healed. The waters of the ocean are a piece of her. For eons, men and women lay offerings for her at the water's edge, adorning rocks and sand in her name, all to receive her blessing. It was believed her blessing would protect you your whole life. Oh man. Should any should any should any malevolent, there we go, malevolent, should any malevolent energy seek to cause you harm, they would suffer her wrath to the bitter end. To bathe in the waters of her creation is to purify completely, whew, aligning the body to enter a state of divine flow. Priestesses of the ancient world were drawn to her. When the moon was full, they would journey to the water's edge, reveling in the sound of the ocean, waves crashing, wind raised. There, alive and powerful by the water. In rituals as old as time itself, these ancient priestesses would petition Yamanja for her divine aid, and there at that water's edge, they would receive her blessing in the form of enhanced wisdom, psychic ability, divine imagination, perpetual nourishment, compassion, and deep, enduring love. Such were her blessings for all of humanity. Describe a moment that felt genuinely psychic to you. How often do you rely on your intuition? I I hope often, but I know we've been told to shut it down our whole lives. I hope you are starting to trust your intuition. Describe your regular spiritual practice. Are you connecting with your soul? Are you connecting with God? Are you connecting with the divine? Are you connecting with the universe? The all, the quantum field, whatever you want to call it. You have to be connected. And like that, I don't like that wording because you're not connected with it, you are it. But in this form, in this experience, you have to be intentional and connect. You have to detach from this brain and these emotions and this everything and slow down and get still and listen to the breath and let the breath lead you to the inner place inside you where you connect with your soul. You know, they say the heart space is the seat of the soul. When you are in that heart space, when you meditate, when you quiet, when you sit and watch nature and just observe, and the thoughts, they don't pop up as much as they did. That's when you're connecting. Okay. Describe the areas of your life where you tend to procrastinate. And I was talking about I didn't want to start this reading. It's beautiful. Thank you, Mother. So, yeah. And it makes sense too because I said specifically when you remember that you are not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you are the soul. And that's what this was all about, was soul stuff, connecting with your soul. Remembering you are the soul, connecting with the all. And when you do that, you step into this Four of Wands energy, celebrating the wholeness, celebrating the return to yourself, right? This is the coming home card, return to yourself. 1111, this is like manifestation, walking through, being in alignment with your soul. That's how you stop feeling broken because you realize you're not. Your soul is never broken. Your soul is just here to experience and witness. And while the more you cling to the ego identity and the thoughts that you're hearing and the feelings that you're feeling, the more you cling to that, the harder it's going to be to not feel broken because you want to hold on to those stories that say you are, right? But when you're in the Queen of Pentacles energy, and I was just talking about looking at nature and grounding and all that stuff, when you are grounded, right? This is earthly energy. So you're taking this soul and you are doing experiences in this world that connect with your soul, right? Chasing passion, right? We're not addicted to it, but there is this feeling that emerges whenever you are in alignment with your soul and you're like, it feels almost like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a beacon, right? That it keeps coming back. Doesn't matter what you do, it keeps coming back. And that's how you know it's your soul, right? Lots of other things, especially with ADHD, we can lose interest. Hyperfocus one day, stuffed in the closet the next, right? But the Queen of Pentacles is grounded in this reality with what her soul is asking of her. Now, if we move to the Mother, or to the Crone, we have the Knight of Cups. So as the Knight of Cups, I was just talking about heart space, connecting with your heart, right? You feel broken in your heart. You feel, I don't know, cast aside, cast away. Maybe somebody just watched that movie. Movement is what I'm being led to here. The idea of movement, taking action. Now, this is a Cups card, so this is emotional. So maybe you need to go find, and we were talking about how connecting with community would be good. Maybe you need to find a therapist. There's no shame in therapy. It is the most freeing thing ever to lay all your garbage out in front of somebody who has no dog in the fight and doesn't care what happens, right? They're just there to let you get it out of your system. to help you answer your own questions, to guide you with very challenging and insightful questions that lead you to the answer within yourself. A good therapist is never going to tell you what to do. They're going to tell you, ask you questions that help you discover the answer for yourself. And so when you're connecting with your heart, when you are asking your heart, what do you need? Right? Maybe you need to feel loved right now. This is the night of love. Maybe you need to pour into yourself, pour more love into yourself. And how do you do that? You know, self-care. Everybody's like, oh, self-care. That's how you take care of yourself. It only works if it's not a burden. If it's just another task on your list, it's not going to help. But if you genuinely feel loved in the process of putting lotion on your skin, if you genuinely feel loved by taking a bath and soaking and letting your muscles release in that warm, salty water, then that's a way to show love to yourself. Now, the ultimate way to show love to yourself is to be true to yourself, right? Don't suppress your needs. Don't suppress your thoughts. Don't suppress your emotions, right? Allow them to be and live in alignment with that truth. Even if it brings some severe discomfort with this tower, right? It's really interesting in the spiritual community when you're having a spiritual awakening, and that's what you're doing if you're connecting with your soul, you're awakening to the soul. Everything in your life goes crazy. Everything. Because everything has to fall away that isn't truly in alignment with the soul. It's what's required. And it can be painful, and it can be discomfort, extreme discomfort. But you just keep at it day in and day out, and you keep honing your ability to show up for your soul, honing your ability to, I don't want to say manifest, that's not that, show up in your life, in your everyday life, and bring that soul alignment every single day, right? The Eight of Pentacles is the card of mastery. You don't do this overnight. This is a journey, right? Our whole life is a journey. This is a journey to wholeness, a journey to remembering that you are always whole, a journey to shedding all of the limiting beliefs that you have clamped onto and have attached to and that you're looking to prove in your reality. Taking the time to really be intentional and let your life reflect the wholeness of your soul. And that takes time, right? Especially when this tower shows up. Rome wasn't built in a day. It wasn't destroyed in a day. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. It wasn't there. I don't pay attention to history. But normally, you don't build things like right with this Eight of Pentacles. This takes time to be a master. Yeah. I think I want to read the Eight of Pentacles from the Dark Reflections book. This card represents diligence in mastering one's craft, indicating a time of dedicated effort and hard work to improve skills and success. Okay. So shadow traits to explore are skilled versus unskilled versus masterful. So if we are repressing this, and that to me is like if you're repressing the desires of your soul, you can have a lack of quality, rushed job, bad reputation, lack of motivation, mediocrity, laziness, low skill, dead-end job, and misusing skills. Now, what I saw here was a rushed job, right? When you remember that you're whole, when you align with your soul, the beautiful thing is you lose that sense of urgency because you remember you're here to experience this and you have infinite time to experience everything. Now, in this form, in this vessel, you don't, right? We all have a beginning and an expiration date. This body can only last so long, but your soul goes on forever, right? Now, when this is in the upright, which is how we got it, we have training, becoming a master, spiritual master. getting in touch with your soul. Remembering you're never broken. You were whole all along, and you just didn't, you forgot. You forgot. Let's see, self-improvement, money management, self-employed, and concentration. All right, so here's some questions to ask. What impression are you making on the world? Good impression. Do you need to take a break to master a skill? Are you giving yourself enough time to master your skills? And what I say, lack of urgency, take the time. It's going to be a process, and that is okay. It's beautiful. I mean, if I look at where I was a year ago and where I am now, and the way that I think and the way that I show up in my life, it's incredible. So give yourself grace. It takes time. Do you need to work on yourself? Do you see yourself as the boss of your own life? Yeah, when we were talking about that sovereign energy with the king and queen of swords. All right, so last but not least, we are going to pull a card from here. I think I want to do vitality again. That's what we did yesterday. All right, one card, please, for this collective. The exact message they need to hear to stop feeling broken today, please. That one. We have windshield wiper legs. This exercise revitalizes your lower body and nourishes your nervous system by activating your spine in a rhythmic, soothing motion. As you lie on your back and sweep your legs from side to side, you stimulate the nerve pathways connecting your brain to your lower extremities. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Inhale. Then as you exhale, gently drop your knees to the right. Visualizing tension leaving your body. Inhale, returning to the center, and then switch sides, lowering your knees to the left. Repeat this sequence for 1 to 3 minutes, synchronizing your breath with the movement. And here is the little picture. You can see what to do. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right, guys. I will definitely link yesterday's reading. Want to check it out here? You should. It was magnificent. It was powerful. It was. If you still feel broken after this message, you will not after that one. Okay. I want to remind you on this channel, come as you are and stay as you become. Bye, my friends.